To begin the Blue Lock manga, we start with an introduction to the Football Association. They discuss Japan's poor performance in the World Cup, and their new member Henri Thierry asks the president if he has any plans to fix it. But he doesn't care about the team as long as he gets money from them. It's just business after all, he says. His words fired Henri up, who reveals that her biggest dream is to see Japan win the World Cup, and then shows them the man who will help Japan achieve that dream, which is none other than Igo Jinpachi. After that, we get directed to a fiery-looking Yoichi Isagi, who is in a one-on-one with their goalkeeper. Suddenly, his teammate shouts that he is also open, and Isagi passes the ball because football is a team sport after all, right? His teammate misses, and the ball bounces back to Ryosuke Kira, who runs through Isagi's team and scores. Isagi is headed home when he thinks about his idol, Noel Noah. Isagi strived to be like Noel Noah, but now it's all over. He suddenly thinks back to the game and wonders what would have happened if he didn't pass the ball. Would his fate have changed? He abounds in ego and selfish thought, but remember that football is a team sport where you have to work together. Isagi screams and starts crying before he goes home. At home, his mom gives him a letter from the Football Association where he has been invited to a player improvement program. When he arrives at the location and meets Ryosuke Kira, the star player of the team they lost to, he praises Isagi for his field perspective and football IQ. When they enter the location, they are greeted by 300 strikers who have all been invited there. The lights go black, and the man who goes out on stage is none other than the man himself, Jinpachi Igo. He reveals that his purpose is to make the best striker Japan has ever seen. Igo shows them the way they will be working in the Blue Lock. And even though Igo promised them that he will make them the best strikers ever, some people were against it. But then Igo tells them to get lost, and if they are already thinking of leaving, go right ahead. After that, he goes on a rant about how the Japanese national team is trash. He also asks them why other football players are so much better than Japanese ones, their extraordinary egoism. For example, Noel Noah said that he feels better after losing 3-4 after scoring a hat trick than winning only 1-0 with an assist. As the famous Pele said, the best forward, the best midfielder, the best defender, the best goalkeeper. To all of those questions, I always answer that it is me, and that is their extraordinary egoism speaking. You won't be able to become the greatest striker in the world unless you have the ego to match it. After that, Igo gives an exact parable of what happened to Isagi. You are 1 against 1 with the goalkeeper, and your teammate tells you to pass. Without hesitation, you shoot. If you desire that rebellious egoism, then step through the gate. Without any further delay, Isagi runs to the gate, determined to become the best striker. When the players get to Blue Lock, their wallets and phones are all confiscated. You also get a uniform, based on your skills, and the number on Isagi's uniform is 299. After that, he is sent into the changing room where he meets his teammates. Luckily, Kira has been placed in the same squad as he has. There is also this sleeping goblin. The first person Isagi meets outside of Kira is Igarashi Gurumui. Shortly after, Igo pops up on the screen, telling them that the people in the room are both their roommates and rivals. Igo tells them that the number on their transcript is essentially their ranking. Their ranking can change daily based on factors like training and the results of games. But not only that, the top 5 players will participate in a certain tournament 6 months from now, where they will be the selected strikers for Japan's U20 national team playing at the World Cup. But if you are defeated in the Blue Lock, you will be permanently banned from Japan's national team. After that, it's time to play some good old tag. The time limit is 136 seconds, and the player with possession of the ball is it. Whoever is it when time runs out will be dropped out of Blue Lock. Igarashi is the first. He aims at Isagi, but he dodges. He spots a guy sleeping on the floor and aims at him, but before he realizes it, the guy kicks him in the face. The strong-looking guy goes over and tells him to play fair, but when they talk, Igarashi kicks the ball in his face. When he goes to take revenge on Igarashi, he accidentally shoots Isagi, who now becomes it. With only 1 minute left on the timer, he goes hunting. He goes for Yagarashi because he got the number 300 on this unit, meaning that he is worse than Isagi and therefore the best person to go for. But suddenly the goblin screams for Isagi to look in his direction. Isagi sees that he has trapped the strong-looking guy and wants Isagi to shoot at him. But before Isagi can take the shot, he gets thrown away and lands at Igarashi. But when he got up, he realized that he had accidentally hurt Igarashi's foot. Kira shouts that Isagi has to take the shot. When Isagi is on the eve of victory, he suddenly stops and tells himself that if he wants to become the best of the best, he needs to defeat those who are stronger than him. Surprisingly, the goblin takes the ball from Isagi, and now we finally have a name. His name is Meguru Bachira. Bachira goes for Kira, who is the best player in the room. He tries to shoot him and also kick him but can't hit him. That's when the ball bounces to Isagi, who shoots Kira right in the face. With the timer ticking down to 0, Kira loses the game. After that, Kira goes into a massive rage, talking about how this is absurd and how they can't expel him because he is Japan's national treasure. I am actually sad that he got out this early because I would like to see how his ego would expand over the series, but this was also a great way to show everyone's desire to become the best. Ego later explains that the size of the room is the same as the proportions of a penalty area, and that the average time a player possesses the ball during a match is about 136 seconds. At the same time they were given, he also says that if Kira wanted to stay in blue lock and also win the game, he could, because he had plenty of time to survive by shooting at Igarashi. But Kira decided to waste that chance. Ego also compliments Isagi and Bachira for taking on the bigger challenge and awakening their egoism by aiming at better players. Later, when Isagi confronts Bachira about his choice to pass the ball to him, Bachira explains that he passed it to Isagi because he thought that he would take the shot. After that, Ego says that this is just a taste of what Blue Lock is about. We finally get to see everyone's name, so let's quickly go over them. This is Wataru Kwon, Jingo Raichi, Yudai Imamura, Okuhito Iemon, Asahi Naruhaya, Gin Gagamaru, Hayoma Chigiri, aka Best Boy, and Rensuke Kunigami. 3 days have now gone by since they arrived at Blue Lock, and all 11 players have been screened with an athletic test. With this test, we can also see some of the players' strengths, like Raichi, who has insane endurance, and Kwon, who has crazy physical abilities. When it's mealtime, players get different foods based on their ranks. For example, Isagi and Igarashi gets natto, while Gagamaru gets gyoza. When the night comes around, Isagi is having a hard time sleeping, thinking about everyone's insane strengths and abilities, so he tries to make up for it with some personal training. But when he starts his training, he gets hit from behind with a football by Bachira, who asks him if he can join in. Before they start, Isagi asks Bachira why he thought that Isagi wanted to eliminate Kira. Bachira explains that he has a monster inside him who only comes out when he plays football. The monster tells him stuff like, steal the goal and dance some more. But back then, the monster told him to pass the ball to Isagi because he also has a monster inside of him. Bachira tells him that he is happy that he came to Blue Lock because he got to meet Isagi. The two go again, and this time Isagi has the same eyes as he had back then. But before they can go any further, the announcer tells them that the tally for the 3-day athletic tests is done and that all players have to return to their rooms. When they get back, Isagi sees that his rank has gone up to 274. Ego pops up on the screen and starts explaining some more about the Blue Lock. He tells them that the facility is separated into 5 blocks. He tells them that because one player got kicked out of every group during the tag game, that means 25 players left the building. So basically, Isagi didn't go up any ranks, sadly. Isagi's team is in the 5th block, which is the worst team in Blue Lock, and while they are barely eating themselves full, other and better players get to live it up with good food and good training. In Blue Locks, the ones who can play soccer are kings, so if they want to start living the high life, they have to start winning. So let the first selection begin. In a hotel somewhere, we see Nihei from the soccer journal talking to someone who is some kind of prodigy, it sounds like. Nihei asks him if he has any interest in playing for the Japanese league. He replies that he would rather die than do that, and the mysterious guy's name is Itoshi. He tells Nihei that he is aiming to become the #1 player and that he can never achieve that by playing in Japan, because no one in Japan is good enough to even take his passes. When he walks back, he stumbles into an interview about the Blue Lock project, which interests Itoshi, and he tells his assistant to cancel their plane, because he is now set on seeing what kind of forward comes out of the Blue Lock project. Back in Blue Lock, Ego explains how the first selection will work. It will work like a 5-team round robin, and the 2 teams that come out on top will move on to the second selection. You will get 3 points if you win, 1 point if you draw, and 0 points if you lose. This surprises the team because they are all forwards, so from now on, they will be playing different roles. Ego tells them to just simply forget everything they know about soccer, because the thing that is going to make Japan no one isn't teamwork, but one hero. And that's the entire Blue Lock introduction arc explained. And this video was so fun to make, so please tell me if you would like to see me go over the other arcs as well. But please tell me what you thought about this video down in the comment. And if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel. And while you are at it, leave a comment like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see how Isagi dethroned Kaiser, then please watch the video, which will be popping up at the screen now. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.